Guys, how y'all doing? I guess welcome to another episode of the P.nut Chronicles, right? The second one. I figured it's long overdue for me to make a new one. Um, glad to have you guys along for the ride. Now, keep in mind, this is just my opinion of events and things in my life that that I feel is worth documenting for me. What I'm doing is sharing. So you don't have to take anything I'm putting in these chronicles. I mean, I'm sharing with you. You don't have to take anything. So keep that in mind. These are just my opinions and, accounts of viewpoints in my life that how I feel. Now, I will be trying to keep it, tasteful and light as much as I can, okay? But I am going to be touching down with mature subject matters, so things might get a little heavy, controversial, however you want to call it, because we all have opinions. So, and I have one. And this is the point of the Peanut Show Chronicles existing, is because I have an opinion, and this is a way of me putting it out there. It's for me to document and view for myself, okay? But I don't want to rant on because I have a few things I want to talk about. Of course I do, right? Um, and one of them is the let me get my clipboard. I have to take note. Okay? Drink tea. Now, one of the subjects I want to talk about is the wireless technology and how it's being implemented and how it works. Because I don't think a lot of us is aware on how most of this wireless technology works. Okay? So I'm finna try to make it real simple for y'all to understand. And keep in mind, this is just how I feel too. And if you want to fact check me, go ahead. Be my guest. Do so. Even better yet, make a video and counter what I'm talking about. And then we'll be on the page of trying to find out what's right and wrong and where the truth is and all that other good stuff. Okay, anyway, moving on. But this is my opinion, so just deal with it. Okay? So, wireless technology. I was like a lot of you probably. It's had benefits, it's a lot of benefits to it. But how do it work? Okay? See, we are under the impression that most of our wireless devices are picking up on signals that are relatively safe. Similar to our television, our old television, the big wide televisions, or our FM and AM like radios. Like these frequencies are known to be generally harmless. Well, the frequencies that is required to run these wireless technology consist of radioactive frequencies. So radioactive is, we can take so much of it, but too much of it on us and any type of living thing is gonna do damage. It's even hell. Okay, it's been proven that even like frequency and radioactive energy can even affect things that are not living. Okay. When I say that, I mean bridges and highways and steel and matter and, maybe even into the spirit plane. Who knows? So, this wireless technology uses these radioactive signals in order to give us our crystal clear pictures and make everything so accurate to the touch, and this consists of your device having to output this radioactive signal, and it has to read from a source, that being a cell phone tower or the very home phone base, cordless home phone base you got in your crib. Yeah. So this is how this technology works. And we're under the impression that it's safe, it's harmless, and it does nothing to us. But in reality, it's doing major damage to not just to us, but to the offspring that people are gonna have, and because it's really messing up the DNA structure. Okay, so these devices work like that. Most wireless devices, so whether it's Bluetooth device, like I said, a home phone, even cell phone, of course, um, even down to game consoles, and mostly everything nowadays is being implemented to be wireless. So that's what's this is what these devices are doing. They pulsating that's radiation, even an actual like the internet Wi-Fi modem. I stammer, so but like even how Wi-Fi modem pulsates that radiation or them frequencies. And then furthermore, it can even be in the electrical wiring. So that's another thing too. We have not been educated on even wiring in our own homes. Like this stuff, these wires give off electricity now. So whether we're using them or not, they're constantly there to give off the electricity. Okay, so we were under the impression that it's safe. Excuse me. But unless you know better, you might be laying under a spot in your crib that's got some wiring that's giving off a lot of electronic frequencies and radiation. So I like to call it radiation. I'm sorry, I like to elevate things to the most dangerous sometimes. That way I have a fear of it and stay more away from it. So my thing is this wireless technology works this way. So whether you want to accept it or not, this is how it works. It works with radioactive frequencies and signals. No way around it. Until there's a way for it to be safer to use, this is how it is. Laptops, you name it. Game consoles, all that. Like I used to own a Wii. A simple Wii. But guess what? That's wireless technology, y'all. And it's pulsating that radioactive signal to pick up on that game console. And that game console is throwing off a radioactive signal too, to pick up on the signal from the controller, the Wii controller. Who knew? Who knew I was cooking my damn hand? Just saying. So this is how this wireless technology works. And it can bother you in many ways. And in my last video, I spoke about the chemtrails. And those things basically is altering your DNA to the point where you're basically a human antenna. That's all you is. That's all we all are at this point. Even the plant behind me and everything, because it's in everything what these chemtrails have done. Whether we want to accept that or not, we are human antennas now. So you got a question about the frequencies now too, and you start picking up that we are literally being zapped. And our DNA is being altered and we're being zapped. It's just being zapped, literally zapped, cooked. Some people's homes are microwaves. They don't even know it. You can't talk me into going into a smart home now. Not with what I know now about how this wireless technology works. You can't talk me into going to a smart home. Screw that. In most of the cases now, I'm thinking about downtown and these really rich urban places, making me think screw them too. Because most likely they got a bunch of smart technology, most likely. That's wireless. And it's probably tying them up. They don't even know about it. So the corporation that's making this stuff. Nah. So you best believe that. because it's been proven with independent study versus the study coming from the corporation itself that most independent study totally don't go nothing like how the study at the corporation go. Literally, like the corporation tell you everything's fine. Independent studies, they generally tell you no, not everything is not fine. Like, what are they talking about? So, my thing is, we all know about people selling out, no matter who you are. So, I'm more biased toward the independent study. I lean more in favor of the independent study, because somebody in the company can easily be bought out and tell us that it's good and it's not. So I'm saying, and it's been proven it's like that. So with these microwaves and stuff, see, that's what I'm saying. If you plan on having children, this could really affect your children even when you gone. Like it really can mess up your DNA, your grandchildren's DNA, your great grandchildren's DNA. Like, this is how serious this radioactive frequency energy is that's coming from these wireless devices. So it has big major consequences behind it. And cancers, and it messes with your brain. I mean, your brain, our bodies consist of mostly energy, y'all. Like, have most of y'all rubbed y'all feet on the carpet and shock something like, bzz, y'all, it's flesh and blood. We are flesh and blood, and most of our body consists of liquid. And it's amazing how energy can travel from our feet, from the carpet all the way through our fingertips, or where else may touch us. That's energy in your body too. Don't you know how you sweat? That's energy. That's energy when you're sweating. That's a lot of energy. It's a lot of press. That's why you're sweating, because that is energy. That's heat. Okay? So that's energy. Your body is energy. So when you have devices that can mess with your energy, literally, that zap, like, they can mess with that. Seriously. But this is going on in your brain with these little tiny little zaps in your brain, helping you to understand this video and see me in my awesome green. And even hear me sip on my tea. And possibly hear the awesome music in the background. This is all thanks to these zaps in your brain that's going on. Like, you can relate to all this because of that. Now, when you got something that can go in there and go bzz, bzz, like throw all of that off, there's a problem. There's a problem. Okay? So, gotta think about that. How many people go to college, right? And they have to boot up their laptop or their pad the moment they get into the classroom. Wireless style now. Wireless. And it's probably a classroom of 50 or more. And they all got to boot up from the same Wi-Fi router that probably many other classrooms have to do, with probably 50 or more students. Then you get the gist of how dangerous this technology really is. And I feel sorry for them college kids that have to go to school and they're probably wondering why they got to work extra hard because their little brains are getting zapped up and microwaved just being in the damn classroom. And probably paying so many thousands of dollars just to go to school. No, okay, excuse my French. Maybe I shouldn't have said just, because, it does has purpose, and just because I'm not a college grad don't mean that everybody else got to not be a college grad, So I don't want to sound like that. But I just imagine how hard they working. And then they going, and then their little minds be so zapped out. They be like, why am I not, And that's a lot of money. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of money. Like, this stuff is serious. This is me talking with compassion about that. This ain't me making fun. I'm using compassion for them. God bless them. And I'll have mercy. And I hope they catch on. Seriously. I stay next to the school of IIT. I bet you if I go in there and question these students about this technology, half of them wouldn't even know. And it's the school of technology. I literally stay next to the school that actually developed the cell phone, you guys. No lie. Look it up yourself. You don't gotta take my word for it. I bet you half of these students don't even know what the hell when it comes to the wireless technology. So I'm going to talk about steps on what I've been taking and possibly am going to take some more and what y'all could possibly do to help protect yourself. Number one, that wireless like modem, unplug it at night when you're going to sleep. Just do it. Do yourself a favor. That's what I do. It might be wise to invest into a home phone now. Now is a better time than ever to invest into a home phone because maybe it's not a good idea to keep your cell phone on all night, but some of y'all don't have that option to cut it off because y'all don't have a home phone. Most people don't have a home phone nowadays. Something kept telling me to keep mine, and they trying to phase that out. Now is the time to demand home phone service. Now it's time to start getting it. Seriously, pay a little money, get you a home phone service, and do not get the cordless phones. Get the wired phones. Those things are worse than a cell phone when it comes to radiation pulses, okay? So you want to stick with the like cords. Even with your laptops and stuff, if you can switch and get and like Ethernet cable for your laptop, for your Blu-ray, for your game console, for your laptop, even for your cell phone, do yourself a favor and get the Ethernet cable, okay? Because some of y'all are getting zapped. We all are, unless you're taking steps to prevent that. And don't forget about airplane mode. Airplane mode on your phone is really meant to knock off it transmitting signals to the cell phone towers. Because whether we like it or not, we all agree to the terms that they could take this information. It clearly states it on every phone that you get, even the old ones. They'll tell you they're going to take information, regardless of the phone being active or not. So that's what's happening when you buy a cell phone tower. They might decide to start snatching information while you don't even know. And that requires what? Wireless technology, pulses from these pulses. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, these high radioactive frequencies. So it's best to just use airplane. This is what airplane mode is here for. It can actually be a lifesaver. Switch to the cords instead of the Bluetooth technology. When I say that, I mean as far as us having these actual Bluetooth technologies in their ear, and do not talk with your cell phone on your ear. No, use speakerphone. That's what I tell people from here on out when I call them. So how are you talking to me? I'm talking to you on like Bluetooth. Oh, pay you some cords, okay? But can you put me on speakerphone so you won't be getting zapped? Because it's times I talk to people and I can tell when their mind is going, but they can't help it. You're being zapped. That actual Bluetooth is wireless technology, so it pulsates with the radioactive signals to read from the phone. Okay, y'all? So y'all need to understand this. This is probably why some of y'all be on it, and all of a sudden y'all zork the hell out because you're being zapped. Okay? So switch to the cords. Cords, you can talk on the cords, because I got one. I click that. Hello? Yeah, hey. Just one of those things you got to do, and it might be wise to invest into a home phone now. Maybe it's wise to invest in a home phone. And guess what I did to my actual... See, I have a Wii U. That is wireless technology game console. No matter what y'all think about it. It's an awesome console now. But it's wireless no matter what. I can't play the game without the wireless controller. So as a result, I switched back and bought a Super NES Classic. The little tiny one. And they have all the games on it. But guess what? There is an option to buy the controllers that are wireless, which I'm not gonna do because I know what it does. So I do find it comforting that this gaming console do have a cord that actually attaches to the console. And if you even cut the cord, you can't play it because this is what these cords meant to do, to read and register the input from these controllers. So if it's a cordless system, gaming console, I don't care how raw the graphics is, I don't want it. I literally packed away my Wii U and I plan on buying a Switch. But guess what? The Switch is wireless. they can keep it. I got a Super NES Mini. And I guess I'm finna start making it my business to go to the retro stuff. They got the cord controllers that are not reading, pulsating off these radioactive frequencies and signals all the damn time just to pick up on a signal and plus a button press. Because that's exactly what they're doing. They're not telling y'all this. So imagine how many kids y'all know have a wireless controller now, and sit there for hours with this thing in their lap playing this video game. I had a Wii, and I used to point that thing for hours. Probably why my little hands starting to hurt. I got to massage them every now and so often, you know? Because I was getting pulsated the whole time, like my little hands was cooking. You know, so that's my thing, is that you can take steps in protecting you and your family and your surroundings. And you can also go on some more videos on YouTube or on the internet, and they even help guide you, you know, better ways, you know, on how to protect yourself. And, you know, because I'm going to be honest, I bet y'all thinking, oh, he's a real quack job, okay? Well, no. I invest in technology, okay? RF lens detector, okay? This ain't top of the line, okay? But I invested in it, and what it does is it do pick up on RF signals, which can be converted into more like radioactive pulsing signals, frequencies, or whatever. And these things mess you up even in your sleep. Half of y'all can't dream because of this. I would know. I had to move my bed, and guess what? I'm dreaming better. I have to invest into grounding technology, sleeping stuff now, just to make sure when I'm sleeping the radioactive waves are going into the blankets or whatever and going out into the ground, because grounding is important, which is that'll be another video once I get more into grounding myself. But yeah, grounding is very helpful. But anyway, so this meter that I bought helps me with a number of things. It helped me find spy equipment and stuff. And it also helps me to detect, guess what? Yeah, y'all see them. Those kind of devices are all giving off these waves. And this little device helps me find them. And so far, it does a good job. It is money well spent. Hallelujah, God is good to me. Hope God is good to you too. Knowledge is power. So, yeah, you just got to take steps. It's going to cost money to change. Like, this stuff ain't free. That game console, it wasn't free. I had to literally trash my cordless phones and buy me 2 cord phones. And them things are not cheap nowadays. They actually cost a lot since they're trying to phase them out. So I even tried to find a modem that can attach to the home phone. My own cable company told me the one that you get is the only one you gonna get, because they phasing those out too. So now is the time that we have to demand back old technology. Now is the time that we have to kind of step backwards. We can't go forward right now, because to do that means to embrace this wireless technology and these frequencies and these microwaves that are cooking the hell out of us, that we still haven't been educated properly on. Seriously, a lot of us haven't. I'm making it my business to learn it. So I'm making my business to spread the news too. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm just talking about things that are affecting me in my life, and I'm telling y'all ways how, you know, I'm taking steps on changing it. You know, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. That's proof. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This stuff wasn't cheap. I wish I could have kept. You know what I miss about the wireless home phone? Is that it had a speakerphone. I could carry that thing all over the house without doing nothing. I have to literally convert back to the old days, y'all. Literally. Where I will have to be on the cord phone about a wall and sit and talk there. Stuck. Like, literally. So phone time is really cut in half now that I had to digress back to the old home phones. You know, and my cell phone now that I know about airplane mode. Oh yeah, that thing stays on. Like, unless I'm really just out and about and I'm traveling, I need that line of communication. That's the only time the airplane mode is off. Outside of that, please. So, that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with this wireless technology. And it can affect you in more ways than one. and also your electrical outlets, electrical stuff. It's a lot to this when it comes to frequencies and it's radioactive energy. And it's best if we just start grounding ourselves in it, literally grounding, and and start educating ourselves on it. You know, because that's what I'm doing myself. Better educate on it. And to be honest, I'm happy that I learned that. So, I don't want to rant on. So it's time for me to switch to our next subject matter. Movies. I like movies, y'all. I hope y'all like movies too. But I really love me certain movies. It's okay. First of all, certain movies could have profound effects, meanings behind them, and I like to occasionally talk about them. Like in my last Chronicles, I talked about Set It Off. Set It Off. And it was, I spoke about it, so I'm not gonna rehatch too much, but I spoke about how, they were godless women and, they were just winging it, in my opinion. Keep in mind, this is the P.nut Chronicles now, so don't get it twisted. This is not your opinion, this is my opinion. So, I feel like as though they were winging it. So, and I talked about some other stuff too in there, so so that's one of my all-time favorites. As you can see, this is why it's in my collection. So, just wanted to put that out there for y'all. Okay, now I have another classic that I really do like, and I hope I know some of y'all is finna gag and be like, "Oh man, this dude is too much," but just the title alone gives this movie a really bad rap from the start. Okay, so let me just stop talking. Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain. Yes, that's the name of the movie. I mean, this is how I think about it. I'm just finna try to get to it, okay? It's making me blush, but, because I'm like, why do a gay tale gotta be called Brokeback Mountain? Brokeback, broke that back, I'm just saying, oh my God. God rest his soul. The guy that played it, he passed away, but, I mean, maybe it was marketing genius, marketing genius to name it that. I mean, because mostly everybody I tell the name to, they always be like, they know. Most people that saw, I mean, not saw. Most people know the name of this movie. I'm serious. Y'all can go in any hood, anywhere. Probably you go anywhere, ask anyone about a movie called Brokeback Mountain, and the first thing they're going to act like as if you're mentioning porn. See, this is where stereotypes and stuff can hinder an experience that can be had. And no, I'm not talking about converting people gay, okay? So get your mind out the gutter. I mean, get my clipboard. Get my clipboard now. But with this movie, I want to state that don't let the title trick you. Okay? It's not porn. Okay? The title does sound pornish. I mean, come on. Now, this title sound pornish. I mean, but here's another movie title that you might not think about too much. Boys in the Hood. I mean, don't it sound trashy, but it's a good movie. Seriously, it has profound meaning and all this other stuff. So, okay, that you know what's going on in the hood for real in South Central over there. And in my opinion, hoods around the world, because that's how it was anyways for me in Inglewood here in Chicago. But anyway, moving on. Chicago. Okay, but it's not porn, okay, you guys? So, get your mind out the gutter. Sure, there's a makeout scene. But is there any dinglings, like booty cakes being spreaded open for y'all to see all that type of stuff like that? No. There's some lip locking. There's a nude scene. That's it. Seriously, like it's not porn. Like it's barely even like. Trust me, if you're a gay person who already saw Brokeback Mountain, they could tell you this is a walk in the park compared to there's shows on like networks like How to Get Away with Murder. Come on now, the homosexual scenes on How to Get Away with Murder should be on cable, as far as I'm concerned, not on network television, because damn, is it raunchy the way it goes there, and this is on network television. This movie is not even half of nothing like that, and this is network television, okay? So get your mind out the gutter just because of the title is Brokeback Mountain. Whoa. Maybe it was marketing genius that they named it that, but because it's a legendary name. Everybody know what this movie is. I mean, they know the name of this movie, okay? But I'm ranting on. This movie is a very profound movie to me, and let me tell you why. Because back in the day, gay was very, very hard. Like, you couldn't even be gay. Even if you was born gay, you couldn't even be gay. Ain't that crazy? You just couldn't. It was just too much at stake for you to be talking, I'm gay and proud, and I'm out. It's just wasn't that time period, And it was a hard life to live. I mean, it was something you really had to deny and tuck away and stuff like that. So, it ain't like how I am and now. Like, I know who I am and I can actually live a comfortable life in my own skin. I go through stuff being gay, But for the most part, I can live a comfortable life compared to these guys anyway, because they had to put on a fake life. That'll get killed or whatever, because it was, whoa. Anyway, so it was hard for gay people, and this karma. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm speaking out of turn. Well, I had an order anyway. This movie deal with some realistic stuff, okay? And these guys lied to. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay, I'm finna give some spoilers. Okay, so wah. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's an old movie. So finna give spoilers. Okay, so these guys lied to their women, y'all, to be together. They no. Like one found out. So good. I mean, it's not good to see. It's not good in the sense, y'all, like, it's good a woman get crushed like that. But this woman played this so good. Because I can imagine if I was a woman. This woman played this role, seeing her man kiss another man back in this day. Back in this time, y'all. Are you kidding me? This woman was destroyed. She gave this man probably 3 of their kids. Gay was probably gay was not even heard of, and you know how dumb country America can blind the masses. Meanwhile, in Europe, they already know what a gay person is. Over here, it was like, oh, what is that? But anyway. So these guys lied to their women and did not care. I like the way that both actors acted out that. Like, you could tell these guys did get 2 shakes of a lamb's tail that they was doing this together with each other. And doing this on their wives or girlfriends, whatever you want to call it. Baby mamas and all this stuff. And, you can see they didn't care. Okay? I don't know if there was prayer in the movie or not, but I didn't. Maybe once when they was at a Thanksgiving meal, perhaps. But I didn't hear God spoke for guidance or anything either, so that's another thing that I noticed in this movie. Okay? I hope y'all keep it up. So, lots of these women now. One found out. Destroyed her. But, she was resilient, landed back on her feet. And when they got about to confront this man about it, she almost lost her teeth. She was pregnant and everything, y'all. Seriously. This is how couldn't say nothing. Even if you knew, you couldn't know. Like, this is how it was back in the day. This movie is uncomfortable. This movie is highly uncomfortable. And not in a gay porn way, you know, perverts. It's not like that. You know, so if you can clear your little mind, you can see the real message. Even when I first saw it, in 2006, I was asleep when I saw this movie. Another movie, I was asleep, just like Set It Off now. I was asleep. I'll get to that. So they did not care. And back in the day, I was just happy that they was able to get together. Because I'm a gay guy and I'm living a gay life. So, and I was into the worldliness of being gay, so to speak, if that even makes any sense. But I was into the worldliness of being gay, so I ain't care about no man being with no woman or being with anybody. As long as I wanted them, I'm the grand poobah. I get them. Period. Like, this was my attitude. Okay, so I want them to be together. I do. I want them to be. Oh my God, yes, they finally got together. Ooh, I hope they made passionate love. They always not show a love scene. I'm serious. This is how this movie is. They not show too much of nothing. And I'm like disappointed because I want to see some hot action a little bit. We with a name like Brokeback Mountain, you'll try to think of, you'll see some frontal nudity or something, but this movie is not even giving you that, y'all. I am drop dead serious. You might see a booty cheek, and that's it. And I mean, really, it's nothing. So that title is a big send off to y'all if y'all think it's porn related. It's not. This movie is not even. No, it's, you'll get more porn out of network television than this movie. But this movie also shows you that these men had to live a straight life. So these wasn't no punks. I know most of us get stereotyped for gay men for being, you know, little pansies and stuff. And that's not the case. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Sometimes gay men come off like circus clowns. You know? I bet some of y'all probably thinking that about me now and all this pink. I don't care what y'all think. I think I look good in this pink. And I ain't trying to be no circus clown. What I'm putting down, nobody got to take it. I'm just sharing. So, going back to this. These men got karma from doing this to these women. The karma at the end was that one of them got killed. Literally gay bashed, y'all. Heath Ledger character to me. Let me just try to wrap it up in a nutshell a little bit. Heath Ledger, who has passed away now. His character was more like a drifting leaf in the wind. This dude probably didn't even realize what he liked. There's people out here like that, y'all. You know. And he wasn't anticipating that. Because life is so random. And then there is Jack. Which is played by, what's his name? Jack Goldneal Hill? Oh, I get the point. But he was the one who was really gay. But of course, it was in a time where you can't be gay. So of course, he got to convert to liking women. His woman never found out about him. When he finally got a taste of Jack, some gay man stuff, and he never even knew he could feel like that about other men, it was over. This man wanted more. Like, he didn't know he could feel like that. It's cases out there like that, y'all. However, unfortunately, it came at the expense of deceiving two women. And one found out. Feelings was crushed. You gotta see that scene. It's one of the most uncomfortable scenes ever in the movie. When this woman finally confronts this man about this. And like I told you, he's about to knock her teeth out her damn mouth. And she was pregnant. It's real stuff. You know, good. No, but on a realistic level, seriously. So, it's like he's dealing with karma. And one of them died. It wasn't the one who was knocked out his girl's teeth either. It was the one that was really gay. No. But You know, karma. Gotta think about it. At the expense of for them to wear a beard, these women were practically beards for these men, and they didn't get to, and they didn't give two about it either. And they did. They played the well throughout the movie that these men didn't care. These men didn't care about cheating on these women for nothing in the world. They was just beards. So you gotta really understand that. Like seriously. Like it's some good. God is always gonna have some good come out of a situation, regardless. You know, because these men had children. This is back in the day. You know, so they had children, families. They passed on or whatever. So want to talk about the sins of the father, baby. So when I saw this movie in 2006, I was asleep. I was asleep, not sleep, spiritually asleep. Because I was happy that they got together. But when I watched it in this day and age, watched this movie in this day and age, I said, oh my God, these men are so trifling. These men are trifling as hell. They are trifling. These women, Lord have mercy. I felt so sorry for the women, especially the one that found out. And then the other one kind of found out when the other one died. And it was still like traumatic for her. She cried. It was real slick the way they played out the end scene when she found out, like, you know what, I finally get it. This is why he talked about you so much. Y'all was banging. But you could tell it hit her. Like, it wasn't a happy scene. Yeah, he died. You would have thought they got along. No, that was still a crushing scene for her. That was still crushing. She played that. I mean, this is a good movie. Very good, realistic movie. So, you know, like, it's real. Love it. It's good it won an Academy Award. And not for the stuff they talking about. I'm talking about with a woke mind. This is good stuff. Karma is a beast, okay? It'll get you no matter who you are. So it's best not to try to be fooling people and deceiving people no matter who you are. And you're just going to have to endure through some tough stuff. I mean, because I can imagine it was hard. I mean, it's hard now to be gay. I mean, but that's another video. But I can imagine it was much harder back in this time. So, you know, very good movie how they played out real karma. Seriously. Like, they played out real karma in that movie, just like they did to Set It Off. This was one of my classics. And they do teach you a lesson, because the way this woman played this scene when she felt her man with another man was priceless. It looked like this woman's soul left her body. Like, she didn't know what to think. Like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? Even holding the child that they made together. A lot of y'all, man, be like those men in that movie. Don't give two cares on how you treating somebody. And now the woman learned to embrace those ways too. Or hell, they probably been always embraced those ways. And not as far as I can tell, 'cause I'm just, what do I know? I'm gay. Okay? But women now, to me, has embraced their way more than ever too. So, I mean, you can't be just deceiving people like that and thinking that you finna skip off in the sunset with somebody else that you didn't form this other relationship with deceit. Am I making myself clear with this message now? There's a message. There was a message, and I made sure I made it clear for y'all to understand that. Seriously. So, good movie. Look past the name. You ain't gonna see no ding-a-ling shaking in this movie at all. Barely gonna see a booty cheek. It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing. It's a good, very good movie. It's one of those overlooked movies that deserves this video, being in this video, because it's deep. It's real deep. So, now y'all got me thinking about talking about the next subject, because it does, I mean, okay, so I was talking about a movie, but it was dealing with some spiritual stuff too. So, let's not talk about the spirit plane. Spirituality. Oh well, I decided to ditch the T for a pussycat. See, Simon, say hi to the camera. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Oh, she's a darling. I love my baby. God has blessed me. God has blessed me with an awesome cat. Oh, she's so precious, so beautiful. Oh, Simmons, I'm on the air. You're throwing me off. She's so cute. She's so cute. So cute. Okay, Simmons. It's time to go. Okay. Now, get the fur off my mouth. Because she can be a fur ball. But let's talk about spirituality. Fur in my mouth. She's a very furry cat. But spirituality now, because I do believe we are in what is known as the end times. Or better yet, time is winding up. Or just not to scare y'all too much, the shift, the change. It's been in motion now. It's in motion. Okay? Someone's saying that. I ain't trying to freak nobody out. It's just that when these things happen, in my opinion, now to keep in mind, it's the P.nut Chronicles. But when these things happen, these shifts, when God changes up, that's just my, like I told you, just my opinion. From what I study and exhibit on my own, is that I do believe that when God changes up, we have to change too, or else you feel the wrath, or the rapture. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say this just like this. Some of y'all want God to be real mean, and y'all do. Some of y'all want God to be so mean. Wrathful means to have a justice meaning behind it, okay? There is some justice behind a wrath, okay? Like, something been done, and now it's been finna be done right, or someone finna have to pay the piper, so to speak. So, I think a lot of us confuse God with just being plain mean. And that's not what it is. Wrathful is you did something you shouldn't have done. Now you finna get it. Cat fur. I think a lot of us get that confused. And to be honest, I think a lot of us want God to be really mean. And we don't even know it. It's like it be in a reflection of people's hearts. I could see it. It'd be like, oh, they want God to be so mean? Just like them. Will shut you out in an instant, honey. When you could be thirsty, they wouldn't give you a drop of water. Claim to be the most holiest people and all this other stuff. Knowledgeable, beautiful, riches, you name it. They come with all this stuff. And they is not good people by their heart. And they'll come claiming God is there as everything. And, use God many names. Yah, Allah, Jehovah, Ra, our maker, our divine creator's names in vain and be really mean people. And this is how they want our maker to be. They want our maker to be really mean. And it's like, you think you're confusing wrathful with just being mean. Because wrathful means something's been done. Just saying, something been done to you, you're going to probably come back, right? Just saying. No, so, and, in these end times, I believe that things are going to get harder. Nobody is excluded from it. I'm not. Nobody's excluded from these hard times. Like, they are definitely going to be hard times. Hold on, y'all. My chair's acting weird. It's my beautiful man butt. And that's the thing. I believe that we have people that's here causing So unnecessary. Let me be funky. Let me keep it funky, because I'm really good at that. I'm really good at keeping it real. Because I be trying to tiptoe around some of the stuff because it's on YouTube, and I can still do that, but keep it funky. So it's finna be one of those moments right now, y'all. So here we go. Now, I noticed that even bad people want a slice of heaven. I know y'all like, what's he talking about? What do he mean? What? Even somebody who's doing real bad stuff, doing some real negative, real crappy stuff to people, is still gonna want this part of heaven where everybody is so good to them, like angels. You know, like how many of y'all know people like that? You know, like have met people like that. Literally are some crappy people. Do some real crappy stuff now. And then be expecting everybody to open their arms to them and trust them. You know, and these people are delusional. You know, if you ask me. Because in these end times, I believe that them same bad people that's going to be doing stuff to people, it's going to be wanting to be amongst good people. Only because it's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, only because it's a safe bet. It's like, oh, I can trust them, knowing that they can't trust him or her. I believe that these people, so this is what I mean about that. Like even the most crappiest person is gonna want a slice of heaven. Cause you know you go to heaven or this chosen place, whether you in the flesh or the spirit, and what's been promised to those who are righteous. I'm not even finna point at myself because I don't want to even get an ego boost like that. No, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to make it, okay? So I'm saying that, okay? I want y'all to get it confused. Now, in saying that, I believe that this place God is setting up, Allah, you know, the Most High is setting up for the righteous, the truly righteous, is a place where everybody can trust each other. Trust each other with their very life. Each other. Not a backstab, not a this, not a that, not a hard feeling. Like, these are the ones you can trust. Now, say that you is a person that is who's an adulterer. Or say that you cheated on your spouse. You think you finna get in that place? I bet you some of y'all like, yeah. No, you're not. No. Because this is what you do. This is what you do. And unless y'all keep repenting, because I'm not God, I'm not going to entirely be like, oh, and y'all going this place. I just don't think that nice place is going to be for them people that's doing that type of stuff. You know, that'll lie to you. Tell you something else, do something else. Catch them up. They want to tell you another story like they trying to do a Jedi mind trick on you. And actually get mad at you because you still is revealing the truth for what it is. These people will use that. Use title. Use title. Title against you. And when I say title, I'm like, let me read this, make sure I'm not just going ahead of myself, okay? Will use rank and who they are to you. I guess I'm right on point, actually. 2 points for me. Or should I say to the Most High? Thank you, Lord. But, okay. They might use best friend, son or daughter, mother, father, uncle, boyfriend, girlfriend, boss, employer, employee. You get where I'm coming from? They might use a title just to try to deceive you. You know, to lead you astray, to make your judgment compromise. And it might be right judgment. You might get the right judgment on these people. You might, God might be talking to you, telling you, do not trust this person as far as you can see them. And since they telling you something else and using their rank against you, you just drop your guard and be like, you know what? Since they such and such to me, they can't be like that. So let me just, trust me, I'm like that. We all are like that, okay? So, hey, but eventually, you guys start catching on, especially when times are destined to wind up and get harder, and it's been prophesied to do that in many other religions as well. And you search hard enough, you'll find some stuff. And it is time, we is getting to that time where I believe, the P.nut Chronicles, I believe that your word is going to be more than gold itself. And it's either going to make or break you. And unfortunately, those who you attach to can also falter you in that. Okay? So it's best. See, so I'm talking a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But let me tell y'all how I'm gonna counter that in this day and age. Rank, and who somebody is to you. I am going to be as vicious as a serpent when it comes to my intellect now with certain things, or should I say, my actual judgment. Vicious as a serpent. But I'm going to be harmless as a dove. You ain't got to worry about me harming you. I mean, you don't got to worry about that. Like, even if you going to start popping off and getting all crazy, I got to really, really make that my mantra. I be harmless as a dove. Somebody might be triggering me. It's going to be like, just remember, you got wings. Just flap away. Seriously, mentally just flap away, like pray, get real holy on them to the point where just make them want to just get out the way, just polarize them, just listen. I'm clocking out. Seriously, I'm praying. God bless you too. So that's my thing. It's like they would use rank. And I'm learning to be biased now. Like, skip that. They'll use that rank and they will jeopardize your judgment. Then you go around judging other people the same way, knowing. And once you find out that these people bamboozled you, and you've been judging others the same way, and this is why they've been bamboozling you too, you start to realize how much of a fool you've been. And maybe you should have listened and trust in what the Most High was telling you. Because the Most High talked to me and let me know, even through rank, like, nah, they ain't sound too right. I speak my mind. I pray to be guided by the will of the Most High. So, excuse me. Do what I do. Pray about it. Okay, so, let me tell y'all about a dream, though, that I had. I don't know if it was I think it was last year now. This is a dream I had. I was in some place that looked like the Grand Canyon. The rocks were painted more like a purple. They had the color of the rocks were like of a wet. And they were like purple, like reflecting off of these wet rocks in a Grand Canyon. It's weird. And here was actually desert place. It was a desert canyon type of thing. But in this canyon was this hole. It was this big old black hole. And what shot up from this hole was this tornado. It was like a F5 or probably something unheard of. It was just, this tornado was so big, y'all. And this thing shot up from this hole. And when it shot up to the sky was pitch black. There was no sky. There was nothing in the sky. Not a star, not a cloud. Blackness. And this tornado went up into the blackness. And this blackness was nothing. It was this void, like this dark black place. It was nothing up there. I don't know what the heck was up there in the sky. But it was nothing. It wasn't no sky. So, it's a scary place to be. I ain't gonna lie, it is. It was a scary place to be. But guess who I had next to me? By the grace, the mercy of God. I had God right next to me, y'all, in this dream. I just knew it was the Most High. This is where it's finna get a little weird, y'all, because the Most High was dressed in gray, like garment, but the gray garment was kind of like a reflective, like it had some reflective threading through it. It was so pretty. It was so pretty, y'all. It was the prettiest gray garment I was seen. Like I was even wondering, like, well, how did they make that? You know, it was the prettiest gray Hebrew garment, and he was so tall. I'm going with he, even though I believe God is both man and woman, but maybe God manifested in man form in his dream for me. So God was so tall, y'all, I couldn't see past his waist. Couldn't see past God's waist, y'all. All I seen was these tall Hebrew clothing, and they were pretty. They were pretty gray, shiny clothing. And I think it had some white in there too. It was pretty. It was really pretty. It was like it wasn't too much, but it was just like everything. Like it was like, oh, how did they make that? You know? So okay, going on. So and I wasn't scared. I was not scared on this cliff with God. But I can tell if he wasn't there, if the divine creator wasn't next to me, I would have been terrified out of my mind. I would have been scared. This is a tornado, like, and you know, I'm looking at the tornado, y'all, and it's souls. The tornado consists of souls. Creepy. And the noise you hearing is, it might be wind on top of noise, but all y'all hear is a bunch of screaming, a bunch of hollering, a bunch of noise. Like it's a bunch of, it's this big tornado, like an F5 or something. It's bigger, probably big. And it's going right up into this nothing black sky. And you don't see where they going. It is like, it blends into the black sky and you don't know where they going. And on the people faces in this tornado, they don't look like, oh, I made it. They got the look of, you know, like shock, horror. Like, what the hell? Like, somebody just snatched you up and threw you in a hill or something. Like, wherever they was going, I'm glad I was on the rock next to God. I know that much. I'm going to say it just like that. I'm glad I was on that rock right there. I'm glad I wasn't in it. And this is where the dream started turning into a freaking nightmare. I need a drink. Oh, because it turned into a nightmare. You would think it was bad enough, right? No, it wasn't. Mm-mm. In this dream, this tornado shooting from this hole, which consisted of thousands and thousands, probably millions and billions of souls that was pouring up to this black nothing sky. I started seeing people who I knew who passed away. I started seeing people who has passed away yet, or for my knowledge or whatever. They was in there. People I knew. And it mortified me in the dream. I was mortified. Like I was just like, and don't you know how you want to feel heroic? You know, because I'm one of those type of people. I could catch myself in my dreams too, y'all. So, wanted to feel heroic. I wanted to go after them and save them, so to speak. But I knew I couldn't. I know y'all like, what? Yes, you could have. You had God right there with you. You was in a dream. Blah, 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 this and that, right? Okay. You got to think realistically in the spirit plane, too. You can't just think fake imaginary stuff in the spirit plane. You got to really think realistic, too. Would you jump into a F5 tornado to save somebody you know? If you would, it's a suicide run. Just to keep it real with you. It's a suicide run. Unless God is moving that tornado open itself and you know, it's the only way I would tell you to do such a thing. Outside of that, in this dream, it was like being in front of a real F5 or more tornado, and you feel the danger. Okay, you just feel it. You feel it, just like just like in real life. Are you gonna stand in front of an F5 tornado coming at you? I doubt if the most bravest person would do that. Seriously, because it's not a joke. You feel that danger in real life, okay? So when you think that, think spirit plane too. Okay. Now you on to something. See why I was sitting on that rock, okay? And I started crying. I actually got mad. I got mad at God. And I tried to hide my heart from God. And God was like, are you mad at me? And I said, no. And God was like, I'm not holding you here. You can go to them if you want to. They had the same choices and you had in life. They just chose differently. But if you want to go on to them, go. I'm not holding you here. See, some of y'all is probably still in La La Land, right? But the immediate danger of that F5-6 spirit tornado was real. Even when the guy was telling me that. Looked off. And as much as I wanted to save them people that I knew, literally take a chance and jump off that cliff and dive into this spirit tornado, and Lord knows where it's going to suck me to, because I knew the danger of even leaving God's side. It's the reason God's right there with me the whole time, So, wipe them tears. And for some reason, it resonated in my head what God told me. God told me they had the same choices you had. They just chose differently. And even to this day, I remember making some really hard choices. From me messing up, to me getting it right, to me priding myself for my mistakes, to me repenting, to me learning how my maker works. So, guess what? I know it's finna sound really shallow. Because it's finna sound shallow. What I did next in this dream, y'all. I wiped them tears. Stood up on that rock. And I ain't go nowhere. And that's when I woke up from the dream. I'm not lying. I promise to God. I am testifying about that dream. I did not go nowhere. I didn't dab up that rock. I said, I'm coming for you. No. It's hard. Some of these decisions I made in this life are freaking tough. Okay? And I made the more, what would be known as the more holier than thou choice, I suppose. It ain't easy. That's like, okay, to keep yourself being a humble person, it's like playing a video game on hard mode or on the hardest mode. It's no catwalk, but you get the biggest reward. That's the best way I can break down this maker I serve, that we all serve, that blesses us like that. Like, you just gonna have to take life in hard mode. You're gonna have to deny yourself from some earthly pleasures that might not be right. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Some of y'all ain't. Oh. So this goes back to the liars and the deceivers. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect to reap deceit on people and think you finna go to this holy place that's reserved for people that ain't like that. My personal opinion, I don't think our maker works like that. I don't think all of us going to the same place either. I believe some of us going to another place and some of us going to another. I don't know where, but it ain't the same place. And I believe those on that more holy, or should I say righteous, those who are more righteous are probably going to the same place. Why would God be cruel enough to send a bunch of righteous people to the holy place, whether it's in flesh or in spirit, just to bless them with what? Liars and deceivers? You think this maker is that cruel, you guys? No. Might test your will and see if your spirit are open on it, and that's about it. And you're gonna have to ultimately make some hard choices, especially in these end times. It's just gonna have to get like that. Gonna have to be letting people know, nah, oh no, buddy. From what you reaping, these fruits that you reaping are foul from your soul. But this is how I'm judging people now. I'm not judging people from how knee deep they stay in vagina or heterosexual activity. No, that is a personal affair. What's going on in your bedroom? I'm not judging you for that. As long as it's not affecting nobody else and causing people to have broken homes, that's your affairs. What happened in your bedroom? That's private. But I am going to judge you according to the fruits of your soul. And if that suck, sorry, but I mean, can we all eat from everyone's harvest and eat everything? No, we cannot. Some people's stuff got to be more pure for me to digest it. I'm one of them type of souls on here. Your harvest got to be pure. I'm making sure of that. So just in case there is this place called Promised Land for those who are righteous, hopefully I have a spot. Notice I said hopefully. I'm not talking like I'm there. Okay? Some of y'all might be getting it confused. Like, no, I'm working hard. Like I told y'all, this is like the game on hard mode. I want the biggest reward. Stuff ain't easy. Just gotta do what you gotta do. You know? So, and that's the thing. Those people will jeopardize you. If they're giving you bad harvest, in real life you eat something that's not agreeing, like with your body or your spirit, it harms you. So, they will jeopardize you. I can even play out another scenario in some end times that's going to blow y'all mind. Say that, there's end times where you got to gather with a group of people that God sees as righteous. And just so happen you're a righteous one, but you associated with some foul individuals. Whether they blood or not. This is where I talk about rank. Rank? That rank part? Oh yeah. This is that scenario. So, you keep these foul people with you only because they are who they are to you. Sibling, lover, whatever. Nephew, niece, all that. Friend, brother, sister, cousin, mama, father, you name it. Got some corrupt people in this world. It's nothing we can do about that. They make the choice. Okay? So, you bring these people into the group too. Now, you might be a righteous person, but the people you're with is not. And then you might got one who's a Jezebel. She knows somebody else is married to somebody else, but she don't care about that, as long as she can get him. So now, that brings, and you might be in a group where you're outnumbered. It might be just 3 of y'all, it might be 20 of them. And one of your Jezebel and friends decides to not fight lust and let somebody else's man be to their own person, not to be a Jezebel now. So sleep with them now. And the other group get wind of it. And these righteous people now, they can't trust you now. They can't trust them because now you done brought some unnecessary tension in end times. You might got a person that's solely there for your fire. You piss him off, excuse my French, you piss him off, he might could take away his ability to make fire. You might got a person there who can hunt. You piss them off, they finna take their resources away. And then what? You might got someone there who actually know how to be more like a doctor, is a healer. Piss them off, there's the healer go. And this is all because of, and now since you see everyone is against the people who you with, because they outnumbered y'all, now you try to convince them that, hey, they cool. Guess what they finna think about you? You're just like them. What make you so different? You defending them so hard. This person is obviously faithless and can cause some real upheaval in a time where nobody needs that. And you defend them so hard. You think they finna give you this special pass? Because if you are, you in La La Land. They're not. So this is what I mean about setting up this place for the righteous. Okay? Because times are destined to get harder. So, Are you gonna constantly be backsliding on your word and and who you are, and then expect to get to this promised place, which is not in my control or anybody else's control, but in the Most High's control? I can want to get to you all day. If the Most High see fit that every time I try to get to you and I get sick all of a sudden, that's just what it's gonna be. And eventually, I gotta catch on now, cause I'm one of them types. I don't just idly exist. I might start catching on every time I'm about to go over there. I get sick. Maybe that's the Most High telling me stay away. This time I make it work with me, okay? So that's why I encourage y'all all to get your own intimate relationship with the Most High, however way y'all doing it. Whether it's being in some doctrine and religion, or like me, rogue on your own. Because, I mean, let's face it, every religion out here actually demonize homosexuality in some type of way. So, like I said, I'm rogue. But that don't mean I gotta fall from the way. I repent for your sins, you know? That's what I'm saying. Repent for your sins. See. Because a maker is real. And you already know that. So I was talking a lot of that, so I don't want to just keep beating a horse with a stick. Might have said it wrong too. But so be careful of those around you who might be deceivers. You might just have to be a biased person. And literally be like I told you, I'm more like a viper. When it comes to my righteousness, I'm like a viper with the intellect on that and judgment. But I am as harmless as a dove. They don't gotta wear me hurt now. So, on that note, I hope y'all got something from my chronicles. And I pray that y'all have a blessed life. Period. Over and out.